Hello and welcome back to the Kingdom Gazette, where we share all the little details that you need to know about everything Disney. If you want to learn about the ins and outs of all your favourite Disney rides, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell so you never miss a video. Enter today's episode, if you dare. Today's video lurks in the shadows of one of the most renowned haunted houses in the world, an infamous establishment known for its doorless chambers and its hot and cold running chills. I'm referring, of course, to the one and only Haunted Mansion found in the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. While there are 5 different versions of this attraction in existence, spread out across other Disney parks located across the globe, you'll find this one waiting for you in the heart of colonial America-themed Liberty Square, looming over the Liberty Bell and the rivers of America. It sits, oozing ethereal charm, just down the hill from It's a Small World and the Tangled-themed bathrooms of Fantasyland. And straight across from the Columbia Harbour House. Great fried fish there, by the way, and the lesser-known upstairs seating is the way to go if you're looking for a slightly calmer mealtime. The closest restrooms to this attraction are the Tangled-themed ones that I just mentioned, and there is some low stone wall-style seating outside of those, in case anyone in your party needs to rest their bones for a minute. There isn't a lot in the way of shade or coverage there though, so should the Florida sun be beating down in a particularly aggressive manner, or a mid-afternoon thunderstorm roll your way, these aren't the best hideouts to be found around the park. There are water fountains for refills though, and although these bathrooms are usually pretty darn busy, there are plenty of stalls to go around, so wait shouldn't get too outrageous. You'll find 2 areas for stroller parking close to the mansion, one directly to the left of It's a Small World and one just to the right-hand side of the Columbia Harbour House. Personally, we recommend the Harbour House parking as it's quieter and less of an uphill trek. The Haunted Mansion is eligible as a FastPass Plus attraction when available, and we do recommend snagging it as one of your initial 3 daily FastPasses, if this is an absolute must-do for you. The wait can get long in peak times, and this isn't an attraction that pops up with available FastPasses later in the day all that much. Now, the outside queue is not one to be missed, with wonderful interactive highlights and subtle Disney Easter eggs hidden throughout. Don't forget to stop and read the epitaphs on the gravestones, or to test out the organ and the instruments as you meander through the queue. Another highlight in the outside portion of the queue is the animated Madame Leota, found just outside the entrance to the pre-show portion of the attraction, aka the stretching room. We recommend you stop and watch her for a moment though, if you're brave enough. Next is perhaps one of the most infamous elements of the Haunted Mansion, the previously mentioned stretching room. This is a single room where guests stand to experience a pre-show of sorts before entering the mansion itself. We adore this part of the attraction personally, even with small children, but you should know that it's not for the faint-hearted when it comes to kids or those with a nervous disposition. There is lights-out darkness and storm sound effects, all topped off with a subtle but very much there hanging figure and a blood-curdling scream at the end. As I said, our kids don't mind it at all and can even recite the majority of the monologue by heart. Just be warned though, you may want to pick up and hold your littles if they're easily spooked. There are no height requirements for the Haunted Mansion, so little ghouls of all ages and heights are welcome to hop aboard with their travel party, but do beware, this is a heavily themed dark ride centered around, you guessed it, ghosts. 999 to be exact, but who's counting? This is an omni-mover style ride, so you'll embark and disembark, should you make it out alive, while the ride vehicle remains in motion. Speaking of ride vehicles, these ones are affectionately known as doom buggies, and do have single bar restraints. Don't worry about lowering them though, your ghost host will most certainly do that for you. In terms of accessibility, this is an attraction that you must transfer to from a wheelchair or ECV, and it does have audio description, handheld captioning, and the Disney World version of language translation devices known as Ears to the World. A single doom buggy can usually fit up to 3 guests, but are more comfortable in our opinion if one of those is a child. And as always, it's up to the discretion of the cast member. As a family of 5, we always sit in a 3 and 2 configuration across 2 doom buggies, and we find that works great for us. The actual ride element begins after the stretching room pre-show, which releases guests into a dark hallway, leading them ever closer to their doom buggies. Make sure to take a good look around you at this point because the details are just to die for. Boarding your slow-moving doom buggy is simple, and immediately you descend into the heart of the house. Don't forget to take a peek upwards as you pass beneath the tassel curtain, by the way. It's possible that someone or something already has its eyes on you. Painted portraits line the wall to your right, with lightning bringing out the best in each one. As you approach the final portrait, Medusa, prepare your grimmest grin because this is where the photo op happens. What follows is a journey through seemingly never-ending rooms, libraries, hallways, atriums, a ballroom that will blow you away, and finally an attic. This is where the fun really begins. We can't stress enough that this attraction is one where the devil truly is in the detail. I honestly think you could ride this 999 times and still spot something new on your next go around. Personal favourites of ours include the fast-draw gunslingers of the ballroom, the not-quite-there organ player Victor Geist of the atrium, the floating candlestick hallway, that's my favourite, and the ever-famous singing busts. It just doesn't get more classic Disney than this. Top it all off with a theme tune that will never leave you and a swinging wake graveyard scene that will make your eyes bug. Trust us, you're in for a ghastly good time. Other do-not-miss highlights of the ride include the iconic Madame Leota summoning spirits, the past loves of the axe-wielding bride Constance showing off their dark fates among the attic photos, and of course the hitchhiking ghosts who do indeed attempt to follow you home by interacting with your doom buggy right at the end. Again, don't hide your eyes behind your hands on this ride because there's far too much spooky magic that you just won't want to miss. While you don't have to exit through the gift shop on this ride, I almost wish that you did. The Haunted Mansion does have its own themed storefront, Memento Mori, that sits just in front of it and off to the left after you exit. It's a fantastic place filled with all things creepy and magical, but beware, it's small inside and often demands an outside queue just to enter. Side note as well, we don't tend to take our youngest children in there when it's busy, as we do find there to be a lot of breakables within arm's reach of those littles. If you're a fan of classic Disney Imagineers, the ones that experimented with and pioneered some of the most wonderful and convincing physical effects in the world, then this is an absolute do-not-miss attraction. Yes, those who are on the nervous side might feel a bit overwhelmed on this attraction, but trust us when we say it oozes Disney magic and imagination, and everyone should take a trip into the regions beyond at least once. Go on, we dare you. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell, as well as check out the blog and the socials. Oh, and don't forget to give a little magic to someone today.